Hi, I'm your host, Kevin Myers, and apparently the 24/7 News is going to be weekly in March for what we're calling March Madness. Mostly because there's a lot of madness going on behind the scenes trying to get this all together. Anyway, let's get started with some technology where Democrats are pushing for net neutrality legislation. Now, back in December of 2017, Trump appointee Ajit Pai repealed net neutrality regulations in a vote of 3-2, with those three being Republicans, by the way. We'll get into more of the nitty-gritty of the politics later, but so that obviously very controversial move, universally hated by the public. Net neutrality at this point is honestly a nonpartisan issue because both Democrats and Republicans, it's probably one of the very few things they agree on is that the internet should be a free and open place where anyone can express reasonable views. Okay, reasonable. There is a limit. You cannot be openly racist. You cannot make stuff up. But, I mean, like, the internet should ideally be free for any startup to come in and build a business and not have to deal with paying off Verizon or Cox or another ISP just to keep their business alive and to keep those services from, or to keep those ISPs from slowing down your service. So, luckily, Nancy Pelosi announced the Save the Internet Act in a letter to House Democrats that will be unveiled Wednesday, or that was unveiled last Wednesday. We're recording this on Monday, so if there's anything that changes with this video, we will update this section of the episode. Anyway, with this bill, we have not seen it yet as of this taping. However, we will have seen it by the time this video goes live. So once again, we'll probably link to a story and we might update the section if there's anything big. But, so we don't know how far these restrictions go on ISPs. We don't know if they will fully reinstate net neutrality, similar to what we had under the FCC, or if it'll be something a bit more relaxed, but like a start. Something more than what we have at the moment. Now, if I'm honest, I haven't noticed any major slowdowns on Verizon, any major issues yet post net neutrality, but it's only a matter of time because when corporations I believe need to be restricted, or they are going to act in however way they see fit to make the most money in a short period of time with no interest for the consumer. I think that's demonstrated by the airlines, where we see seats keep shrinking and shrinking, and they keep adding on more and more fees and raising the price of tickets, making flying one of the most unpleasant things an American can do. And we see it in all sorts of industries. So I believe that definitely net neutrality is an incredibly important piece in keeping a free and open internet and keeping rights and protecting American citizens. So hopefully this bill does protect Americans. Hopefully it does fully reinstate net neutrality, but we'll just have to see. Let's move on to world news. And in politics, House Democrats announced a probe into President Trump's communications with Vladimir Putin. Now, this is continuing on into further investigations into corruption during the 2016 presidential campaign on the Trump side, and also into President Trump's dealings with Vladimir Putin, with the probe examining Trump's communications with Vladimir Putin in 81 documents that surfaced during the probe. Now, these various investigations into possible Trump Russia collusion and general corruption have not gone without scrutiny and controversy from the right. However, they've been labeled witch hunts. However, it is not. If it's a witch hunt, then witches exist. Because if we look at the evidence in this case here, we can see that during the Mueller probe, that multiple Trump campaign employees were arrested, indicted, and convicted, and are now, multiple of them are now serving prison sentences. So you cannot argue in this case that there was not some level of corruption in the Trump campaign. And of course, no campaign is perfectly clean, but it's a line when multiple people have been thrown in prison over corruption in your campaign. That's another level. And I mean, it should be incredibly important to all Americans that we keep our democracy safe, secure, and free, and that it has not been being interfered with by any foreign powers. And we should be investigating into whether President Trump is possibly compromised, whether the Russians have the golden showers tape, if that is in existence, which there's a non-zero chance it is, and is definitely not off-brand for him, considering some of the other issues, some of the other scandals we've had with him, or whether it's some other piece of evidence, or whether it could be his dealings over the Trump Tower. He wanted to build a Trump Tower in Russia. That could be something that there was some bribery involved during the campaign, or presently even. It's Trump's business dealings in Russia. It could be anything, and we need investigations to keep our democracy safe. Because if we just let this go unchecked, if we just let Trump do whatever he wants, we could slowly become more and more influenced by the Russian government. And we could just, he's already sort of turned a blind eye to Russian brutality in recent events. So it's incredibly important we make sure that he isn't just doing this because he's an idiot, it's important that we make sure that he's doing this just because he's an idiot and not because he's also been compromised by the Russians. That's it for 24/7 News Show. Sorry, my Bluetooth speaker turned off. It makes that noise. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, whatever. Don't forget, we're going to be back next Friday, and hopefully we will update the text section with any updated information on that bill. Anyway, thanks for watching.
I could do this all day, I could do this all night, all month, all year, for my whole entire life. Who you know got a home, but see